friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. For those of you returning, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and I am so happy that you stopped by today as well. Today I'm participating in the What Would You Make challenge, and I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I am going to start off with using some tumbling tower blocks, as well as some of these little square blocks from Dollar Tree, these wood or egg ornaments from Dollar Tree, these color myself eggs, I think they call it, from Dollar Tree, and then this egg from the Dollar Tree, my Waverly chalk paint in the color moss, Ballet slipper, and then I am going to use apple barrel wild grapes. And then I'm using both of these pieces of paper, I believe came from JOANNE'S. So I start off by removing that bunny, being very careful not to break it. And then once I got that removed, I take off the tag and I'm going to trace it out with this paper. And then I will cut that out, and I do the same thing with the littlest egg and that paper there. After that, I take that purple color and I am going to paint the top part of this egg. I am staying within the little curvy line there because I want to make this have 3 colors to it. So after I get the purple all on, and with this one, with the purple, I think I had to do like 3 or 4 coats so that you didn't see those black lines. But I'm going along with my moss and doing the middle section, but I realized I didn't have enough of my moss color. I thought I had another bottle and I didn't. So I did change it out for Celery with Waverly. Then I did the bottom part with the Ballet slipper. After that, I took my Mod Podge and I am just giving this egg a good coat, although I probably should have made it a little thicker because I did have to go back in some areas and add more. But then I'm just going to lay the paper down on it and rub it in until it's all smooth. And then I do the same thing with that little egg and just use the Mod Podge and the paper. You see my little roller there I got from Plaid because I am a Plaid ambassador, and that little thing really helps out. Once it was dry, I did add some more Mod Podge on the top, and then once those were dry, I went around and did some dry brushing. I'm also doing it on the middle of this egg because it was too white. I didn't think it looked good with that darker colored one there. So I did do dry brushing all along the edge of all 3 of those eggs as well. Then I'm using these little blocks to hot glue to the side of the big egg, and then I'm just going to hot glue this middle size egg to it, just like you see. Then I'm going to do the same thing, although this one needed to be a little taller. So I had one that was almost cut, had a slit in it. So I just cut the rest of it off and I don't know. Yeah. And I attached it to a regular sized one to give it some more height. And then I'm just going to add a smaller one here to the egg. I just kind of had to play around with it until I had them all even. And then I'm just adding that smaller egg on. And then I'm just going to use some tumbling tower blocks on the back of my egg so it will stand. Now I should have done this part before I attached the eggs, but I'm just going to wrap some of this lace ribbon I got from Walmart when I was at my son's. And I am just going to hot glue this around the little egg, and then I'm going to make a little bow, just a regular shoestring bow, and put it on that ribbon there. And sorry I didn't show myself making that bow, but it was out of frame. Then I took some of my SOLA wood flowers and I am just going to hot glue them on that middle egg. And then I take these, they're like Scrabble tiles, but in the shape of a tag. And I just love these. I found them at JOANNE'S when I was at my son's, and I love them. They are so stinking cute. So I am just going to, I strung them with some jute twine through the holes. And then once I had them placed where I wanted to, I'm just going to start hot gluing them in place. And then I will hot glue the twine to the back. And then I will do the same thing with the word Easter. So for all of you guys who have been praying for my son, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. If you don't know, he was about a month ago diagnosed with leukemia, although it is a leukemia that has a very high success rate. And I am so thankful and I am praising the Lord because he actually got to come home last night. So here I am just wrapping. I'm making a bow with this lace burlap ribbon I got off of Amazon, and I'll have that in my Amazon store in my description box. And I'm just going to dovetail the ends, and then I am going to put that bow, hot glue it right underneath the Happy Easter sign. And that was all there was for this one. You'll have to let me know what you think about it. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not done. I forgot. I took one of these purple paper flowers from Hobby Lobby and added it to that bow. So you have to let me know what you think about this one. I think it is so cute, and yeah, let me know what you think. So today I'm participating in the What Would You Make collaboration that is hosted every month by my friend Zaina at OK at Home and Connie at Connie's Creative Creations. And this month's guest host is Jenny with Lovely Moments Creating. Make sure you check them all out. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, give them that thumbs up, and then check out the playlist. I will have links to all of them in my description box below. So here is DIY number 2. So last year I saw this saying on Pinterest and wanted to make it, and I never got a chance to. And then I saw Kathy at Kathy Joe DIY do this recently, and I just love her. I will have a link to her video in my description box because she is just amazing. So I wanted to make this as well. So I had my Waverly chalk paint in the color ivory, that bunny from the first DIY, a decal I made for my Cricut, that paper from JOANN'S, and then that plaque from, or that picture from Dollar Tree. So I just did a heavy dry brushing on that with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ivory. I am going to cover the back because I did not do anything to the front of the picture. I'm going to make that the back and cover it with craft paper. So then as you see there, I cut out the paper and hot glued it to that bunny. And then I am just adding my decals onto the sign here. I put the bunny in place so I knew exactly where to put my decals. And it says silly rabbit. The rabbit is supposed to be for the word rabbit. Easter's for Jesus. And I just loved this saying. I thought it was so cute. It reminds me, of the Trix cereal, of course. But here I am just, before I add that bunny, I wanted to do some dry brushing as well because I have that sign looking more rustic. I wanted this to look more rustic and not so fresh and clean. So I did some dry brushing along the side as well as the middle of it. And then I'm just hot gluing it into place, just like you see there. And then I'm just taking one of these little bunny tails that I got from Dollar Tree, and I just hot glued it. Now the bunny tail was so white that I decided, okay, I need to add some of the antique wax to it as well because, we need to darken it up. Then I went ahead and started doing some dry brushing or distressing around the edge, and I love the way this came out. It just, I don't know, it just looks so rustic and farmhouse, and I love it. So after I do that, I'm just doing a little bit more over the words because I didn't want them to be as shiny as well, and then over just the picture itself. And once I'm done with that, I am going to take this ribbon. Now, this ribbon I got from Dollar Tree, but again, it was so white. I am going to do some distressing on it, but I weaved it through the hole and hot glued it together. And then you see I'm just adding some antique wax, although I got a little heavy-handed on it. So I'm trying to kind of wipe it in with my baby wipe. I don't know if that really helped or made it worse, but you know what? It's not as white and it looks a little more rustic. So I just make a little bow with it and I just hot glued it. And sorry I didn't show that either. Again, you know what? I think I'm just adjusting to my craft room again. So there it is. You'll have to let me know what you think about it as well. And yes, for those of you wondering, I am back at home finally, and it feels good to be home. Although I miss my family, it feels good to be home. Okay, if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find links to my social media accounts in my link tree in the description box below. And here is DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I am taking this wood cutout jar. I think I got it from Amazon last year. This chalk couture transfer, and I'm going to start off by using some of the chalkboard paint that I got from Dollar Tree, and I am just painting this jar with all of that. And once I get this all on there, get it all even and dry, I am going to take my transfer, and here I am just fuzzing it because this is the first time I've used this transfer. And you want to fuzz it so that way when you go to pull it off of your surface, it doesn't, it's not too sticky, and if it is too sticky, it will stretch the transfer and kind of ruin it. So once I get it placed where I want it, I'm taking some of this Marvelous, it's what it's called, chalk paste. I think it's beautiful. And I am just going to go around and do the border with this. Now, my intention here was to do the border with the Marvelous and then do the wording with the white. But you'll see what happens here in a few minutes. So I'm just going along, doing my thing, and using my little squeegee to adhere the paste to my transfer. And I'm going to do something different. I'm going to take some white, and I'm going to add it over the words Joyful Easter. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because if you're doing a couple of colors, sometimes it takes a little longer, and that chalk paste will start drying, and then when you pull up your transfer, it comes off with the transfer. So I'm doing, I can't remember what they call this, but I'm doing it like halfway for the transfer, and then I'm going to pull up carefully to the point where I finished, and then just lay it down gently, and then I'm going to go back and finish. And as you can see, I'm doing the wording in my Marvelous color, and I don't realize it until after I cleaned my transfer, and I came back and went, oh man. So here I'm just finishing up, just getting all the excess off and scraping it back onto my little dish. And then there's the reveal. I just love it until I realize, oh man. So I took this white marker I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just highlighting the blessings because I felt like it blended in too much with the pictures, and I wanted you to be able to read it. So I did that, hoping that it would just kind of make it pop a little bit more. Now, I probably could have rinsed this all off and started over, but I didn't really want to. It was getting late, and it was taking me forever to craft this day. So then I took this Greenery, and I'm just taking it off the picks. I got this from the Dollar Tree, and then I'm just hot gluing some bits and pieces to the top here, as you see. And I think this is really pretty. I got this when I was at my son's house too, so I thought, hey, you know what? I better just use it. So it came in very handy for this picture. Plus, I was trying to find a color that kind of went with that mauve, and I felt this purple was the closest that I had to go to that. If you're new here, I just want to say welcome. Thank you for stopping by today. My name is Brenda. If you like home decor on a budget, holiday decor, thrift flips, gift ideas, then I would invite you to hit that subscribe button and become part of our family. I would love to have you join, and then let me know you're here. And while you are all at it, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and comment. I love to see your comments and reply and get to know you. And as you can see, my little Oliver has missed me, so he wanted on my lap as I was crafting. And yeah, so he kind of gets in my way here a few minutes, but you know, I missed him, so I was happy to have him on my lap. And again, thank you all for praying for my son, but I do ask that you continue to pray. He's not out of the woods yet. He's still under chemo and arsenic, if you can believe that. Has to poison him to get rid of the cancer. But he's doing good. Things are going good, but he still will be being medicated for about another 8 months probably. So, but we still appreciate the prayers and the thoughts, but everything is going well, and we are so thankful for that. So after that, I took some of that ribbon and just put it around the the floral picks, the bottom part of the floral picks. Then I decided to make a bow, and here Oliver, he had to get his face right in the middle of it. But I just made a bow by doing the awareness sign and then scrunching it up in the middle and tying it with some jute twine. And then I'm just going to dovetail the ends and then hot glue that right in the middle of where that ribbon went. And I had to be really careful not to cover that little chick's head there. But after that, that's all there was for this one. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. I add this little flower. I got this from Hobby Lobby while I was in Oregon. It's like a paper flower. And I did add some tumbling tower blocks to the back so it will stand. So you have to let me know what you think about this. I think it came out cute, even with my little mess up. But let me know what you think as well. And if you are interested in chalk couture, you can visit my site. This in the description box, there's a link for it, or you can reach out and I can answer any questions. So here's the final reveal of all of my 3 projects. And make sure you check out the host and the special guest host and the playlist and let them all know that you like it by giving them that thumbs up and subscribing. And with all that being said, guys, I hope to have another video out on Wednesday. Now that I'm home, I'm kind of trying to get back into the groove. But thank you all again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.